Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are in San Angelo, Texas. We are rocking Jon Ruda's Freightliner Cascadia along with Jon Ruda's Reefer, and they're both, as you can see, labeled with Swift. I apologize for the crooked parking. It kind of comes with the territory with this company. And before we get on the road and take a drive, I am actually located at the San Angelo Logistic Park, and this is a yard from Frankenstyle Customs. I kind of want to take you around. After we have a chance to look at the whole thing, then we will go on a drive. Alright, this is the Logistic Park here in San Angelo, Texas. It has like 50 different bays that you can pick up from. On the right down there you can see repair, you can see fuel, you can see car wash. Right down there, bottom center, is where we have our entry gate, and we check in with the guards. And then we have signs everywhere. I haven't done all of the signs, but every single one of these things are custom. Let me show you what you can do. One of the first things that you can do, obviously I've got two of these bright green signs, one just further down the road and one right here where you can put in your company logo. You got Texas State Flag, U.S., Frankenstyle Customs, and you can add your own logo to the flag. A little bit hard to see. Kind of would have been nice if it would have been the first one here. But then they've got tons of signs. I haven't done these yet. This is just stock. You got big signs all the way around. You got 5 of them, like 4 different corners. You also have this smaller sign there. The one that I did do to show you that you can customize it a little bit is on all 4 corners of the buildings you can have your logo there. And like I said, this other one here is just your company logo on this main sign. I made it bright green so you can see it, and the flag. So there's tons of different things that you can do. I just did the flag. I did the main sign out front, did these in the corner, but I haven't touched any of the other ones. There's probably like 5 or 6 files. Not to mention you can put your logos on these trucks. You can also add the logo to the truck traffic, so it'll be driving around in this area, somewhat similar to most things that Frankenstyle does. So let's just take a little bit closer look here as we're coming up. We've got our kiosks there on the left if you want to walk in, but our guard gates, obviously, great signage and everything. Oh, there's another sign that you can change. Man, there's probably 7 or 8 things that you can change here. Repair shop, they got, this is where you would buy the yard because you can get your trailers put here. You got 3 different places for repair. Up here, as we go through here on the right, then we will see that we've got 2 fuel bays. And this guy is, of course, going to help you out. And then you have the car wash, or the truck wash. I haven't actually gone through here. I imagine that you just drive through and nothing happens, but there's some guys working on your stuff. To my knowledge, this one can't be replaced. There's always one sign in there that Frankenstyle reserves just for themselves. If you've got an electric car, you are good to go there. Plenty of bays. I think, like I said, up to 50 bays that you can park into. It's different every time. Standard parking here for your truck and trailer, and certain spots, probably 4 or 5 spots here. One of them being this one. God, that is so crooked, but that's exactly what you'd expect from Swift. Yeah, some of these actually have resting spots, so you can get repaired, you can get rested, you can get fueled. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's full service here, but it's a very large yard, lots of detail. This one is updated for 1.53, as are probably the vast majority of them. I think he's got like 20, 25 yards. If I last checked, most of them, except for just a couple, have been updated to 1.53. There's a ton of work that goes into these, so the updating takes a little while. They're not one of the first to get the updates. I would probably say they're probably coming out with the updates like on the same schedule that you would see for like Pro Mods Canada. Pro Mods came out really fast with 1.53 because of the long beta. If it's a shorter beta, then it might take them a little bit longer. But so let's go check out the rest of this park on the ground. Maybe we'll go through the truck wash as well. Let's go ahead and get a job, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we are going to go pick up our load right now. Let's get the truck on. We've got Zeemods DD15 in here today, 455 horsepower, and to keep it authentic for the Cascadia, we are rocking an automatic 12-speed engine. So let's go ahead and head over to where we're picking up. Alright, we got headlights. Get the windows down. Track IR is on. Oh, we do still have the parking brake on. Beautiful views from all the windows in this Cascadia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 beautiful mirrors, and because we're driving with Swift today, I'm sure we'll use at least 2 of them. Everyone else should be looking out for us too. That's their responsibility. I like how they kind of have us doing right traffic in here. Or actually, it would technically be left traffic. The equivalent for Flight Simulator. That way, no matter where we're pulling into, we can just back right up and do a guided backup just like that. Nothing blind here. I like how they've got people in here, just kind of walking around. They're not out in the street bothering you, getting in your way, so you're not going to run into them. But there are. It seems lively. Lots of security. Lots of people at the car wash and the repair shop, just like you would see people in real life. It's just a little bit more detail. That's kind of what I expect, what I've learned to expect from Frankenstyle. A little bit different type of a yard. So it's kind of similar to what you would get with ATS expansion. There is quite a bit of detail, and I do tend to think that they go a little bit further in certain details. And probably the closest comparison would be Matt VT's yards. And Matt VT, I think you can buy some of them individually now. Most people just use them through the Patreon, and some people think that that's kind of a waste because you got to always pay this ongoing fee. Whereas with Frankenstyle stuff, you actually just pay per yard. There is no subscription or Patreon or anything like that. You just pay one and done, and you get free updates for life. Just updated. The other one that I have is the one up in, it's the logistic park, or the industrial park up in Tonasket, Washington. That thing is huge, and it's got like 5 different places you can pick up from within. It's like a small city basically. And I just updated it. Normally their yards are $12. They're going for 35% off currently at the recording of this video, so $7.80 a yard. Pay for it once, have it for life, free updates. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this load. 35,097 pounds of nuts going to Van Horn, to the Aldi. Not bad, 35,000 pounds. That should be a pretty easy pull, especially with 455 horsepower. Alright, so where are we going? What gate are we going to? Oh, we got to go to the other side. Alright, so let's just keep doing left traffic. Still using the clutch. It's hard not to use the clutch when you're shifting gears all the time, but we're trying to play it realistic. Hopefully that doesn't get too boring for you guys. We'll leave our 4-ways on, see what's happening up on the roof. We can kind of pivot around, see all the details. Lots of good details in the trees and the buildings. It's definitely not just thrown together. I like all the different ways that you can customize it with the 6 or 7 different signs and the flags and everything. It's really cool. A lot of good attention to just, random like bollards right next to buildings. Details on the forklifts, the signage. Just all these just pallets. It looks like it's live. It looks like it's being used. Not something that is empty for you to fill out. And that's kind of what you'd expect. The only other thing that I would like to see in here, I don't know if it's possible, is to get some other truck traffic in here. So you got to wait for some trucks, and you got to go around some other moving vehicles and stuff like that. That would be cool. Alright, where are we? I know we're somewhere around in here. I think. There we go. Looks like Bay 12, huh? Yeah, Bay 12. Alright, so another thing to point out, this was an update made just the other day by Ruda, is this refrigerator trailer now has sliding tandems. I'm going to go ahead and leave it exactly where it is right now, because that's going to make it nice and easy to turn. Once we get the load on, we'll shift the tandems and go for the rest of the drive. Alright, so Let them know we're coming back. Yeah, see, it just makes it so much easier to turn in. I might have to end up doing this from inside the truck, not gonna lie. I'm so much better in the truck when it comes to backing up. Yeah, started that way too late. Horrible, horrible in third person. Alright, let's get in the truck and see if we can salvage this. Oh, no, I don't think so. Let's go ahead and pull forward. We do have an empty spot we can use, so that's good. Well, I kind of want to curve it around a little bit more. Alright, let's try this again. Well, I'd expect at least one pull-up from Swift anyway. Yep, we're crossing over the line the wrong way now. Oh my god. Yeah, we're Swift. We are Swift today. People are like, yeah, right, you're better inside. You're not better at all. No, you're not exactly wrong. I'm a little rusty. A little rusty. This is awful. This is awful. Already starting out pretty bad. Alright, let's just come back a little bit. See what we can do. So, because of the holidays, it took me a little bit longer to get this video out. I normally aim for Thursdays and Sundays. So this Thursday video is actually coming out on Friday. Sorry about that, but you know, holidays happened, had a bunch of stuff, bunch of different parties and family in town and stuff like that, so I do apologize for that, but better late than never. Alright, we're good to go here. Let's go ahead and get the truck off, parking lights only. Let's get the four-ways off. We're in a bay right now, and I'll get this thing loaded up. Be right back. Alright, we do have our cargo on. Let's go ahead and get her started. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and slide those tandems back, so we'll lock the tandems. So something kind of cool here is we're not just going to see it sliding, we're going to hear it if you listen. And it clamped, you heard it, you know, heard it make that final contact. That's pretty cool. Alright, we got those all the way back now. Let's go ahead and get back in the truck. And yeah, this stick isn't doing anything. So I've just have my second stick here. I just have it moved up. Middle forward is forward, and middle back is reverse. In the middle is neutral. All right, we are good to go. Let's get our four-ways on and our headlights, and we'll hit the road. Showing 5 hours and 10 minutes over to Van Horn to the Aldi. Got scratches in on the glass, on the windshield. That's an option that you can do. I believe the scratches is a separate mod. I'll have a link for it down below if I can find that again. But Jon Ruda gives you a spot, gives you a node when you're doing everything on the inside to add those scratches, make it look a little bit realistic. Before we get out of here, let's see what's happening with the truck wash. I believe it's just a drive through and nothing happens, but let's see what happens. Be cool if they had like a node that you could hit, and then it like does an animation spraying water all over the place. It would be cool if these trucks could actually get dirty too. We'll just go through, like we're going through slow, and they're just slowly rinsing it off. Make sure we don't hit that. Make sure we don't hit that guy either. We'll move over here so it looks like he's buffing it. Thanks, buddy. Looks like a new set of paint. Alright. We're good. We don't need any repairs done right now. We might make that a little bit of a change. See how the drive goes on. We aren't going to be overly protective here, or overly cautious with our driving. That kind of goes along with the territory too. Love the new update on this Cascadia and the You see the hood bouncing around, so those front mirrors are really bouncing up and down. I like that. You always see that when people are doing that on YouTube. You could always see that hood bouncing around. So realistic. Alright, we got the clearance out of here, and we're good. Again, 33,075 pounds of nuts. Pretty light load. We're going to go to the left here. And I think maybe we'll just make a dive out here and see what happens. I'm not going to wait or look. Oh, I was going to go in behind you. Oh, thanks. And we'll get over here, cut that guy off too. We got a double cut off. Get those windows up. If you see the shot glitching a little bit from time to time, it's probably just me pausing the track IR so that I can look over and deal with whatever things I need to do on the keyboard. Speaking of what to do on the keyboard, oh, shouldn't have done that when I'm driving. Shouldn't have done that when I'm driving. Oh no! All right, we got our first contact just right out of the gate. That's nice. Let's see if we can turn. Okay, that is set to continuous. So we got the reefer going. I just heard it engage. That's thanks to the Zeemods audio framework and all the add-ons for that. Alright, let's bring her up to speed. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I usually have that up so you can see what gear I'm in, and it's absolutely pointless in an automatic. I can tell you we are in automatic 11 right now. Get up and check out the rest of San Angelo. Haven't been back to Texas in quite a while. Obviously a lot of focus on Arkansas, a lot of focus on the California rework, doing stuff in Reforma, obviously because of the time of year. We've been spending some time up in Canada and Alaska, and so let's give Texas a little bit of love. And I kind of like these logistics parks, so I just picked up this one from Frankenstyle Customs. Let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. If your question is it worth it? Well, especially for the sale, $7.80. That's pretty good. Free updates for life. I've had the Tenasket Industrial Park for almost 3 years now, and I've gotten every single update absolutely free. I can always go back to it if I want to go in and out of, you know, a little bit of Mat VT, ATS expansion. Obviously, I'm still hitting Reforma and Pro mods, but the ones that are really going to be affected, I cannot guarantee that Frankenstyle is going to work with ATS Express, ATS expansion, sorry, and any yards located in the same spots for Mat VT. It's just a conflict, and there's only so much real estate that you can develop, as I understand it. So a lot of times you got to pick and choose. If you're looking to do something completely different, because you don't have, this one has a pretty good mix. Frankenstyle does. He's got cattle yards, he's got traditional farms, a lot of industrial parks, and you just get a nice, warm, nice, well-rounded variety. You do get a couple, like with ATS expansion. I wish there were more stuff you could do with reefers. There's a ton of place to pick up cattle, to pick up hay, and not to put down Recon at all, or Driver 47. They do absolutely great work. I just, you know, it's just a personal preference. For me, probably one of the loads that I want to do the least, just out of personal preference, is cattle hauling. I don't know why. I just want to do other loads more than I want to do cattle hauling, and that's like one of the most predominant things to do with ATS expansion. So that's why even though his yards are really good, and obviously they're free, updates all the time, I still find myself going to other things like Frankenstyle, like Mat VT every now and then. So just to mix it up, it'll give you different options. You'll never get bored. There's so many different things that you can do with this game, depending on the level of immersion. And there's some people that just like Frankenstyle. Frankenstyle's been around for a long time. I think at least 5 years. 5 years is about when I was looking to get into the game. And it was definitely one of the only yard producers that I saw. Mat VT didn't come around for a while. So it's good to have like individual yards as opposed to like whole maps. I'm not talking about comparing it to Pro Mods or Reforma or anything like that. Get our 4-ways on. Don't know what's going on here. Oh, saw that. I saw that. I'm a witness. What kind of paperwork did he... Oh, he got me too. Did he get me? I don't know. This guy's all over the place. I think we're going to have to get over here to the left. Looks like that's going to be our only way to get through, huh? Alright, this is just some dumb AI stuff going on. I think I have angry drivers in here, so I doubt that they're... Yep, now they're moving, and I doubt they're going to let me over. Angry drivers do not let you in. Okay, I guess they're just crashing like every 10 feet. What is going on? I'm waiting for him to hit me. Alright, let's get going. I'm going to get over here while I can. Obviously some road work going on here. Oh, so we're going to be detoured as well. Man, let's take a look at the map. What's going to be our other option if we can't... that's going to take so long. We'd have to go all the way up and around just to go around that. There is no additional roads. Alright, I just went ahead and flew us over here and get around that detour. That was just going to take us an extra little bit of time. So let's get right back on the highway. Where are we now? We are looking at the 20 West. I'm not one for plastic trucks or anything. Really not. I'm more into the classics, but the way this hood bumps up and down, giving you that realistic feel, just like you would see others on YouTube if they've got like dash cams and GoPros on them and stuff like that. And the whole sound of this one of these modern engines, it really kind of gives you that feel in case you want to be a company driver a couple days out of the week. Don't get me wrong, I'm not giving up the shifter anytime soon, but every now and then helps to kind of mix it up, and it just makes sense. It was the most realistic. If we're coming from a logistics park like we were in San Angelo, we got the Reefer from Ruda now recently with the sliding tandems. Can't pass that up. I do like the additional sound that you can get with those sliding tandems. So on our way, we've got about probably about 3 hours left. I did want to go ahead and ask you guys a question. So we got 2 more episodes, this one and this one more coming up on Sunday before we wrap the year. Any ideas what you guys want to see? I am all ears. You guys want to go back to the snow? You want to go Canada? You want to go Alaska? Baja California is a new update from Reforma, so we could go do something in Baja California if you want. Any trucks or trailers or anything unique that you want to see? Trying to think about the new updates. Ruda actually made a whole bunch of updates along with this update to the trailer. Also put some updates here on this Cascadia. I think just bug fixes and stuff like that. I don't think it was anything specific. A whole bunch of skins added for the 579, and also minor updates to the 362 and the 389 itself. And of course in the 389, if you don't own it, the 389, you really get a 389, a 388, a 379, and a 378. All different types of hoods and long and short, and just so many options with that truck. So maybe that will make an appearance in the near future. The other thing that I kind of want to get to is we haven't driven or done anything hardly at all in the Mac R for quite a while. It was out for the entire beta, and you know, a lot of truck updates coming. I always like to get to the updates and the newest stuff first. Showing you the new park today, doing a lot of snow stuff because of the time of the year. I just haven't gotten around to doing anything with the Mach R, so that's always an option too. Let me know what you want to be featured for that last episode of the year. Again, it'll be on the, I think it's the 29th. It's this coming Sunday. Let me know and I'll see if I can put something together, something creative for our last one of the year. But as I was saying on my last video, lots of new things that I'm going to be adding. Obviously, I'm bringing in some other sims, Flight Simulator for sure, maybe train sim. If I jump on the farm sim, that'll make its way in. I kind of want to have 2 or 3 to go to, so I'm not always just doing American Truck Simulator. The way they've been putting out these updates, don't get me wrong, there's so much content. But I don't know. I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. Every now and then I gotta go and do something else. And what I find myself doing probably for the last month and a half is doing videos for this, catching up on as much of the updates as I can, and then at the same time, in my free time, I'm barely driving at all. I'm just kind of getting a little burnt out. Can't be doing the same thing over and over again. So we'll still be sticking to some simulators, but it'll be flight and trains and maybe farm. We'll see. Another thing that I'm planning to do, as I already mentioned in my last video, I need to get this monitor. It's a 32-inch monitor. I want to get it up on an arm attached to the desk so I can swing it over. On my left is my flight sim setup attached to the same desk. It's a 5-foot desk. So I got 2.5 feet for the dashboard, 2.5 feet for the flight sim setup. And if I can just articulate and swing that monitor over, then I can still do videos for Flight Sim in the same resolution and quality that I'm doing American Truck Simulator. That is an update. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know I've been thinking about getting some sort of real truck or tractor seat. And I haven't really pulled the trigger on any one of them yet. But I think it's even more important to consider that I may want this chair to work for Flight Simulator and for Truck Simulator. And it's even more difficult than that for me because I love making things difficult on myself, of course. And I do want a setup that can accommodate, even if I don't have the rig right away, I do want to make sure I can accommodate something that will allow me to have a helicopter setup. And when I say helicopter setup, I don't mean just adding a joystick. Like I will have an actual flight stick. I'm probably going to get the Moza base, so I get some force feedback. But I'm also looking at what company is it? Is it Virpil or Vipril? They make and I'm sure other companies make this too, but they make a collective for those of you that fly helicopters. It's the portion on the left-hand side, the stick, where you can use it to add power, take away power. You actually have a rotating handle that you would use for your RPM, and you pick your flight stick or whatever your grip that would go on the end of it, and they have like 3 different options that you can pick from. But I need to make sure that whatever seat that I get, I can build on it, whether it's something standalone or something that's going to attach to it, so I can always run the helicopters. I love running the helicopters. I've never had a collective, and while I'm kind of building up the hardware and getting this force feedback flight stick, I might as well add the collective as well. Watched a couple reviews on it, and people are saying that it makes so much difference, and their maneuverability, it's just, for whatever reason, usually you have some sort of HOTAS system, and it's, you know, you operate it kind of like you'd operate like a jet fighter, move the thing forward to go up and move it back to go down, and it's still intuitive, but when you get that, like, I'm pulling up to raise the helicopter up, you don't even have to think about or translate anything, and people say they're getting such better fine control having that. So now I'm not just looking for a chair that's going to work for trucking, but it's going to work for flight sim, and the ability to add on stuff for a collective for a helicopter. I think that's definitely the right direction to go to. I'm not necessarily going to be getting a trucking chair. I'm not going to be getting a flight chair, and I think I'm just going to have to ad-lib and probably end up building something custom. You basically have 2 options. You build something custom, or you get something that's on a stand, an all-in-one, and I already have my entire platform based on a desk with a fixed height, so I'm going to have to improvise, just like I did with the desktop, and come up with some way to attach all these controls, maybe do some quick release plates so that I can get these my flight sticks and the grips and everything off nice and easy, so I can still move the chair around. And that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably build like a fixed stand. I can move it in and out if I need to, if I need more space, but the whole idea is it's not going to be attached to the chair itself, so I can take all the peripherals off that I need to, and then I can just move it over and I'll be good for truck sim. Because it's not going to work if I've got all my flight sim peripherals stuck on the truck sim setup. A lot of weird things going on. I don't know if that has to do with the Angry Driver mod. They're just having a hard time working things out today. Keep right. All right. As we are now slowly coming back up to speed. I don't think we need our four-ways on. They're still back there trying to work that out. Let's go out to the outside. Check out the surrounding desert. That sun is bright. I'm not running any sky mods. The only graphics mod that I have in here is Grimes Late Autumn, Mild Winter. Skyboxes are just SES, and ever since I did some tweaks to my system, mainly went through and started tweaking things in the NVIDIA control panel, learned a little bit more about what some of those things do, and now I'm getting 60 frames per second pretty much on everything. The only dip I get periodically down in the mid-50s, and not for very long with the Pister, is a huge development, because I was getting in that Pister and it would drop to 35 tops. Turn the lights on, I'm at 28. That's what was happening with Pisters. So if I want it, like if I was in this situation, it's always easier on your machine if you're flying outside. I would still only be getting about 45 when I have my max set to 60. Something else that I did for settings, I made sure that if I maxed it out at 60 frames per second, and even though my monitor can do, I think it's 166 hertz, I have the hertz set to 59 so that it matches up with the frames per second. So 60 frames and 59 hertz. I'm also doing, tell me what you guys think. There's so many different options for vertical sync. I disabled vertical sync for the NVIDIA settings. So it's not being controlled either in the global or for the game. I only have vertical sync going on within the settings within ATS. I have it enabled right now, and it's probably one of the changes. I don't know how much of a factor. I think there were some other things that are known to really gunk up your system that I took off. Certain types of anti-aliasing that was just horrible. Turned some of those off, and I'm sure I'm getting a huge benefit from that. The other option that I have is I do have the option of running G-Sync because I have G-Sync compatible monitor, but currently I have it off. Some people say don't worry about it because if you have the settings wrong, it'll screw you up. And some people say if you have a G-Sync compatible monitor, don't worry about it and you actually get benefits. So I am still playing with those settings. But right now, vertical sync is only on the in-game settings and disabled within NVIDIA. Are you guys doing anything different? Have you guys learned anything more about that? I would be interested to know. Is this guy turning? No, this guy isn't turning. Oh, and parking is super easy over here at Aldi.
You have reached your destination.
It's a little bit different setup. I thought I was going to get that normal corner grocery store / drugstore type of thing where you had to back it in around the corner. And we could easily fix that and straighten that out, but we're not, because would Swift? I don't think so. There, we'll straighten it out a little bit. That is definitely a Swift parking. Okay, parking brake, get the track IR off. Windows are already up. We'll get parking lights only. Turn on the four-way since we're out in the middle of nowhere here in this parking lot. And engine off. Welcome to Van Horn. Thanks for coming along on the drive. Let me know if you guys have any questions about getting those sliding tandems going on. Really cool update, not only to the ability to slide the tandems, but the sound that comes along with it. Also, let me know if you have any questions about the San Angelo logistics part that I showed at the beginning of this video. Did want to mention one other thing, and this has pretty much happened across the board with any trailer that now offers sliding tandems. There is a mod in the Steam Workshop that is free. It's meant for the because just while we're talking about the sliding tandems, it reminded me of this. If you use the SCS refrigerated trailer or dry van, there is a mod in the Steam Workshop to add chrome, similar to this. And if you have that mod enabled, and you go to select the sliding tandems when you build your SCS refrigerated trailer, the game will crash to desktop. There may be other mods where this happens, particularly any mods that you have that affect the SCS trailer. Skins seem to be fine, but if there's anything specific, like adding chrome or any other specific details to the SCS trailer, you might run into that same problem where if you go to build or repair the trailer, you go in and under the axles you select sliding tandem. If you get a crash to desktop, make sure you have all of your other mods related to the SCS Reefer disabled. So the particular one that I have, let me see if I can find it. If I find it, I'll put a screenshot of it up here on the screen. If you have that and you still want to be able to run the Chrome, you can. Here's what you do. Disable that mod, make it so that it's not active. Purchase or repair your trailer so that you pick the sliding tandems. Confirm everything, purchase it, then go back out to the main page, enable the Chrome mod for the Reefer, and then you are good to go. You just cannot have that mod going when you're making a change or buying the trailer to begin with. Whenever you're going to change out that axle, it's going to do a crash to desktop if you have that Chrome SCS mod enabled. It's only when you're putting it on. Afterwards, if you're going to say, perfect, I've got a sliding tandem, I'm never going to change it for this trailer, then you can go back in, activate that Chrome mod, and everything is fine. It doesn't affect the functionality of it. It just crashes to desktop if it's active and you're adding the sliding tandems. Like I said, it could be on other mods, anything related to the SCS Reefer itself. Just a little heads up on that. Just a tip that I found out, that maybe if you guys are trying to add the tandems and you find that problem, it's a mod conflict. I don't know why exactly, but it is a mod conflict. Look for those mods related to the SCS trailer, the SCS Reefer specifically. Deactivate those, and you're good to go. Anyway, thanks for coming along on the drive. If you enjoyed the content, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you can see all my videos. And I will see you guys for the last video of 2024. Let me know your ideas down below. I'll see you later.